What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Quarantined Week 6. Had to look at my own thumbnail. Excuse me one second while I do the usual waiting to get through my own ad. Yes, I know. Wonderful real estate options right now in my local area. There we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I have a few that you guys have seen and a few that you have not seen on the table. Just a few things to talk about, a few conversation pieces for the evening. Hello, D2M Knives and Gear. Congrats on the Golden Knight helmet, by the way. The sticker in Patreon. And Justin the Hunter's in here. Kyle's in here. Jason's in here. Who else is in here? I think I saw Justin the Hunter up top. Yes, sir. Justin, did you change your image there? Zell is in here. What's going on? Super Still Steve immediately in here. That's rare. Usually we get a long drawn out BALLS or insert other expletive. I'm in Georgia. We open for oh yeah, you guys talking about reopening. Let's see here. Kiefer's in here. What's up? Kiefer, I have your wonderful gift at the ready. I am really enjoying this, and I can't control what people vote on, but I am gonna do my best to mention multiple times that it is like my favorite thing. That I mean, it seems to be like the thing that I really want to open the knives, the boxes with. There it is. There's all the expletives. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Blue shell. Oh, that's what it is. The blue shell. Okay, nice. Yeah, the blue shell that can make or break a friendship in Mario Kart. Me and my buddies from the wrestling team used to come over. We used to go to my dad's house after wrestling practice, and we'd all sit in these three couches we had U-shaped around this gigantic. It was a 65-inch TV, but back then it was a projection, those big hulking boxes. And we used to play Mario Kart Double Dash. We used to sit around, and there'd be like between 8 and 12 of us, and whoever got the bottom two, because it was 4 player, bottom two knocked out had to rotate. And man, we hated each other by the end of the night. That blue shell just ruined it for everybody. Slicey Dicey's in here. What's up, Slicey Dicey? Danny T, what's going on? Brian Ruppel, what's going on? So glad that you guys could join. I decided to turn the knives upside down this evening in the hopes of keeping some of the glare. So it's as I said in the last live stream, my lighting is actually super bright, but you're not seeing all that during the reviews because I turn everything down. Whereas on the live stream, I have less control over it. Nice to see the Knights of the Round in here tonight. If you'd like, please raise your swords. I always love doing that. If you're wondering if you're watching right now or you're watching in the future and you're looking at the live chat and you're wondering, what are those little colorful helmets beside people's names? Those are my members of the Knights of the Round. You can join channel memberships if you want to by clicking the blue highlighted join button under the video or on my main channel banner. It'll gain you access to, as you can see in the chat, the swords that are from various movies and video games that I enjoy. The sword emojis that are specific for members of the Knights of the Round, usable in live chat, and you also gain access to the badging system. They upgrade in color over time. So new members are blue, 1 month members are green, 3 month members are purple, 6 month members are red. We haven't got to red yet, and then at a year they'll be gold. So if you'd like to join, you certainly can. We all like to raise our swords to new members. Just sort of in celebration during the live chat if people want to join. And then also Super Chat is active. So if you want to take advantage of that and the dancing pears and all the poop emojis and whatever, you can do. I owe you $290. Oh, for the because you bought the SOCOM? What do you mean? You don't like it? You want your money back? I don't understand. What did Steve say? Hold on. Where's Steve? Anytime somebody does the laughing emoji and at Super Steel Steve, it makes me nervous. I'm like, what did he post? I can't find it. Yeah, Slicey's SOCOM is really cool. And it's like I said to you, Slicey, in chat, like when we were on Instagram. I feel like the SOCOM's personality is further exemplified by the Tanto. That is an aggressive, kind of down sweeping Tanto at the nose, and it looks nasty. It just looks mean, you know. Yeah, well, hey, I'm glad that you got to take a look at it because it really is different than other Microtech folders. I mean, I've handled some other Microtech folders, some really, really expensive ones. In fact, I've got some here, and they're great, but the action on SOCOM is crazy, and it sounds so good. The big stops, you were talking about the unique sound in that video. The big external stops are also the thumb studs. The impact on that aluminum in this case, I think, is what's causing that sound, and also the fact that you're launching this 4-inch blade at 187 thousandths. It's smacking into the frame. That's what makes the sound for sure. Yeah, exactly, Danny T. I don't really like Tantos either, but the only Tantos that I've found that I've really enjoyed, besides the Necronaut, was my Hellhound Combat Trudon and the Tanto and the SOCOM Elite. It just looks good. Microtech makes a really good looking Tanto. And Tantos are super utilitarian. You have two edges, as Nick Shabazz brought to my attention. And they're ridiculously robust. Ridiculous. Like, they're so strong, for sure. You'd never heard of Tad Dauntless? Dude, Slicey, I'm going to give you an evening of stuff to look up, some interesting history with them. So they have collaborated with so many, like, there's a Tad Dauntless Hinderer, there's a Tad Dauntless Les George, there's a Tad Dauntless Strider. Like, you need to look all this stuff up, man. It's so interesting, and they produce them in such few quantities that the certain variations of certain collaborative versions of the knife are hyper rare and go for ridiculous amounts of money. You'll really enjoy looking into the interesting Tad collaborations, the Dauntless collaborations from the past. This is an MK something or other, 3 or 4, I think, the actual official Tad Dauntless. Hunter Bullard, thank you so much, buddy. What's up, MC? Do you still have the Smooth Criminal? If so, do you notice if the detent gets real stiff every once in a while? I do have the Smooth Criminal, and no, on this one, the detent does not get stiff. In fact, the detent on the one that I've got, I would actually call it a little bit light. Blade Banter, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping in here. Yeah, but the I feel like the detent on the Smooth Criminal is actually a little bit light, for sure. The home front variant, let's see, the Knife Guy 56, love your name. The home front variant is the titanium variant in M390, and these are special edition. They went for about $450. That was actually donated to the channel and meant as a giveaway knife. So after I review it, I will find a way, find some celebratory event to give it away. So somebody will at some point win that knife. Absolutely. 77 people in here. Hey, thanks for coming in. A few more and we'll do yeah, we're at 79. Let's go ahead and do the obligatory live stream which is meant for no other purpose than just making me feel good about myself and the live stream. But yeah, likes are appreciated for sure. Stacey Brown, what's up? Thank you so much. Very, very generous patron. Stacey, thank you very much for the donation. And I appreciate the little cat too. Let's see here. Fishing. What would be the best fishing knife? Good question. So I like to fish, but I'm not really a pro at it. So and oftentimes I'm fishing with somebody who brings their own specific like knives and fishing gear and stuff. So I don't really know. I mean, I would imagine you don't need a hyper tough knife. You need a super thin knife, probably a long blade, something that's really thin on the spine. I imagine, funny enough, an Opinel probably would do just fine if you're looking for a folding knife there. Let's see here. Super Steel Steve, the detent gets stiff because the button lock rotates. Where smooth and you accidentally rotate the detents on an unworn spot. Interesting. Steve would know. It's all his answers are always very. That's why I appreciate him, and I seek information from him because the information that he provides is always with enormous detail and logic, and I appreciate that. Let's see here. Wait, sorry, I had 2 dislikes already. That's okay. People can like it or dislike it. They can do whatever they want. I think people know by now that my feelings don't get hurt super easily. Opinel and LC200N. There are a lot of knives I'd like to see in LC200N before the Opinel. I'd like to see Matt O. Jones. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the donation. Let's start a petition for a Shaman in Maximus. Yes. Oh my God. Did you leave that? Yeah, I recognize the your image there. Yeah, I lost it. Well, I can't believe I hadn't thought of that. Maximus actually makes a ton of sense, in my opinion, for the Shaman. I've always considered the Shaman to be on the tougher side for Spyderco knives. Certainly not the toughest knife in the world. I know Steve doesn't like it. But yeah, Maximus, I mean, you guys know my opinion on Maximus. My daily user is the Para 3 in Maximus, and I love the edge retention on that stuff is insane. And I'll take the toughness exemplified by the Shaman's edge geometry. Wonderful. It'll be an expensive knife. We'll talk about that here in a sec. Zell, thank you so much, buddy. I know your wedding's coming up, so I don't know why you want to donate, but thank you. You guys should all check out Super Steel Steve's new video about buying American-made pocket knives. The dude is a BA, and I love his vocabulary. Yeah, if you're not watching Super Steel Steve's channel, you should be, for sure. I don't have to tell you guys to watch Slicey Dicey. Blade Banter, another channel in here who you guys should definitely go check out. If you're not subscribed to these channels, leave, subscribe, and then go come back, because I'll still be here. Who else thinks MC should try FF7 and stream it? Mike, you're going to have to help me figure that out. I don't know how to stream I don't know how to do the PewDiePie style video game streams. But I would love to play that. Mike, did you know that they're doing that game in 3 parts? Like, like the old disc set from PS1 was 3 discs. They're doing 3 separate games. I didn't know that, and it's frustrating. I understand it takes a lot to develop it, but I was like, Oh, Slicey Dicey donated to tell me how to pronounce shaman. You muscle-bound dolt. Guess it's true you can't have brains of beauty. Oh, man. There are so many people in my life who would tell you that that's the case. Yeah, but thanks for the donation. You think I'd really do well with that? Well, possibly. I know that a lot of my viewers play the same games and are in the same age group. The vast majority of my viewers are between 25 and 40. So, yeah, I imagine there are a lot of Final Fantasy VII fans watching my channel. Let's see. Yeah, so a Maximus Shaman. Think about that, guys. We're looking at what? What's the Shaman run right now? $180. Consider that the S30V Manix 2 costs what? $120, and the lightweight Maximus version of the Manix 2 runs almost $200, if not a little more. Imagine what a Maximus Shaman would cost. I'm guessing we're looking at bare minimum $260. It wouldn't surprise me if it was an extra $100. $280 knife. But my goodness, would I purchase imagine this same color of G10, the Shaman in this color G10, contoured with tumbled Maximus for $280. Then I'd spend a little more and buy those new titanium scales that they said are being prototyped right now. Did you know that? Flytanium is prototyping Shaman titanium scales at this very moment. And I will have them. I will. And if everybody beats me to them and they sell out, then I guess I'll be buying them from somebody else. But that's what I'm going to do. Stacy says, thank you for telling him how to pronounce it, even though he still doesn't say it properly. Yeah. So truthfully, I know, but I just don't want to correct it now because I'm stubborn and I think it's funny. Shaman. Sorry. Let's see here. Lord Shaker has arrived. Shaker MT, what is up? The Celestial Knight. Thank you so much for joining. We're almost at 100. We'll be going till 10, 15 or so, unless there's, for whatever reason, an enormous amount of people in here, in which case I might go a little bit later. What light beverage are you indulging in tonight? Initials B and L. Surprise! My taste is not as refined as it is with folding knives when it comes to beverages. Let's see here. Stasa23, what's going on, man? Another channel that you guys should be subscribed to if you are not. Again, please take this opportunity to leave my live stream, subscribe to Stasa23, and then come back. You'll gain an enormous wealth of additional knife content if you are not subscribed. Colby Overegan, is that how you pronounce your name? Hello. Knife Crazy, what's up? Thanks for coming in. And let's see here. You're supposed to say, shame the way you pronounce Chamford. Yeah. Sometimes, if you guys notice that I go back and forth on certain things, I say Chamford and sometimes I say Chamford. It's just whatever comes out in the moment is I just try to own it. Like in my mind, when I do my videos, I can't stop to think. It's a natural process of whatever information has been logged in my head that is coming out in the moment that I'm looking at a certain part of the knife or thinking of a certain aspect. If I stop to think that I'm, pronouncing something incorrectly or I second guess myself, I do that thing where I go, and you can see it. It's like, whatever.exe has stopped working, and then you get the Windows chime. That's what happens. So I used to say crown. Landon, I used to say crown, and my wife was like, you sound like an idiot. And so I would say crayon, and she was like, that sounds worse. You got to split the difference. So now I say cram, and it just comes out so weird every single time. I hate it. Let's see here. I also used to say, instead of both, I used to say, for years, I said both. Stupid. DTOM Knives and Gear, Shaman and Maximus, take my money for sure. But thank you for your donation. Kiefer, offended by Super Seal Steve because I'm a snowflake, so give him the thumbs down. Thanks for the donation. I'm not sure why I deserved a donation for that, but yeah, sure. Thank you. Grape juice, that's fine. Grape juice is good. If I pause during the live streams, it's for a different reason. Hydration is important, everyone. I'm so grateful, once again, that the membership program, the Knights of the Round, is expanding so rapidly. I honestly was not sure how that was going to work. And I know I bring this up in every live stream, and it probably just sounds like an opportunity to plug it. And it is, if I'm being honest, but I'm just so happy that you guys like this program. A few more nights and we'll open up some more. There'll be more slots. YouTube gives me more slots to create more emojis. So the more nights that join, the more slots I have available to dedicate to those swords that you guys like. Let's see here. I'm going to Blade Show and I'm making sure everyone at Spyderco knows they have to make a Shaman and Maximus. I bet you we will see that. I'm almost certain that they're going to do it. I'm sure that they're just worried about how well they'll sell, considering how much they'll have to price it at. Yeah, that's a good question, Colby. What's the latest knife people are wanting that has come out? If you let me know what you're lusting after right now that's brand new. I know that a lot of people lust after a lot of different things for a lot of different reasons, but what's everybody centered on right now that has come out within the last, let's say the last month, or well, not the last month, let's say the last 3 months, considering when the whole COVID thing started. Jason, welcome to the Knights of the Round. Raise your swords, Knights of the Round for Jason. Thank you so much. Enjoy the badging system and enjoy your new exclusive emojis. Let's hold on. Somebody donated. Q1 Fiends, convince me not to buy a Bestech Starfighter. The Bestech Starfighter, I'm not familiar with that. But thank you for the donation. I love Bestech. Everything I've ever handled that was manufactured by Bestech has been fantastic. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to remember to check that one out. There we go. Swords in your honor, Jason. Absolutely. But yeah, I would like to know what everybody's, I mean, because it helps me with future content, what everybody is considering or either considering or just lusting after that's come out in the last 3 months for sure. It's hard to keep up, even though my face is constantly in the knife world. It truthfully is really difficult to keep up with everything that comes out. And without you guys, I wouldn't know about most of it. I honestly wouldn't. Let's see here. I wait for the large Spyderco Yojimbo 2. There's a large one, like bigger than the one that the standard one. I didn't know about that. Quiet carry waypoint for sure. I'd like to get my hands on one of those. The Wii Kite Fin, I've got one of those actually here currently. It's going to be unboxed very soon. It's basically a titanium Civivi with upgraded steel and an upgraded feeling of quality. I mean, it is so thin behind the edge. Thin on the spine, thin on the edge. Insane. Danny T. The other day I had an opportunity to use my PM2 at work. I had oil and grease in my hands, so I opted not to. What knife would you have no problem mucking up? For sure right now, for sure, the Benchmade Griptilian, or in this case, the Ritter Hogue. For sure, the PM2. Absolutely. And also, I'll tell you what, the one that I would beat on, that I think would be like if I was really gonna beat on a knife that I actually carry, the Super Freak for sure. This one was given to me by Justin the Hunter. Oh my goodness, I would go to town on that, like no problem. I'll get it dirty. I'll beat on it. Love that thing. Absolutely. Woo! Let's see here. XM18 no choil warning on DLT is very tempting. I've been waiting for more. Sorry, I'm scrolling. More XM24s with the warning blade. Oh man, that new no choil warning is pretty sick. DLT has a good thing going with the no choil, you know, because the choil on the XM18 3.5 inch is Spirited Whiskey. What's up, buddy? It's kind of problematic in combination with the flipper tab. You guys have heard me say this. So, I mean, in my opinion, the best versions of the XM18s are the no choils and the non-flippers. So I think not having one of those elements makes the knife substantially better. Also, the knife being thinner in general, I think the skinny versions of the XM18 are better performers. DTOM Knives and Gear, thanks so much for the donation. I have a waypoint on order. I'll get it to you for review when it gets here. Hey, great. Fantastic. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. It really, really, really makes me happy. Top 10 D2 steel knives. That's an interesting idea for sure. I love that people are engaging with that community post. I posted here in the last 48 hours, I think. I said, send me your ideas for top 10 videos because I really do like doing them. And they're easy, you know. They're convenient, especially since you guys don't mind the screen recorded thing. You know, I really thought people would come down on me for that, but now people are okay with it. And I love doing it. It gives me an opportunity to talk about things that I don't have in hand, but that I have handled, which gives you guys entertainment, and it offers me an opportunity to, you know, reference other videos and talk about things that I love. David Smith, welcome to the Knights of the Round. Everybody take a moment to raise your swords. All my current knights, raise your swords for David Smith. Welcome him thoroughly. Enjoy David Smith, the badging system and exclusive emojis. Look at that. Wonderful, wonderful spamming of swords. It's just all like little T's. Oh man. Yeah, Kiefer doesn't like D2. So Kiefer, speaking of the unboxing scalpel that you made me out of it, Kiefer made me this submission for my Quest of the Perfect Unboxing Knife series, and I really like it. It's made out of an F-150 truck spring, and I've always heard that truck springs make decent, like if you're gonna, you know, like they talk about people sharpening old files into knives and truck springs into knives and a number of other things, railroad spikes, whatever, because I guess those things are tempered in a way that makes them decent for knife making. And I don't know anything about that, and I find that super interesting because if I ever decided to explore some very like amateur knife grinding, and I'll tell you what, guys, the reason I'm considering at some point trying my hand at this is because The guy who recently won on Forged in Fire lives 15 minutes from me. And I have considered actually going and interviewing him, giving you guys some content. I mean, there's a master bladesmith who lives like basically the next town over. And I'm sure, I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I imagine if he went on the show, he wouldn't mind, an interview. And I mean, if he could give me some pointers, I certainly would try my hand at it. This is all like a big if and way down the road or anything, but thought it might be interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I got Dolichos from Kiefer too. No spam. Ben Peach's favorite lock. For strength, the Scorpion lock. The Scorpion lock on the 8015, specifically the MG 8015, is redonk. Favorite lock to manipulate, though, it's a tie between the compression lock and the frame lock. Zell says, when the wedding is over and I can buy a Hinderer, should I go with the skinny, standard, or fatty? Also, XM18 or 24, please help. So I like the 24 just because I just love Hinderer knives, and the bigger, thicker one just is appealing. But for use, if you're really going to go use it and you're going to carry it all the time, the skinny version of the XM18 is probably the way to go. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna, but like for me, the ultimate 3.5 is the fatty, just because I like the thickness, and the 24 is appealing because it's a monster. So yeah, there's my information there. You would give all of your money for that vid? Well, don't do that, because I'll do it for free. Deuce Greg, thank you so much. Call the truck spring knife the scrapple. That's a good idea. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Justin Small, welcome to the Knights of the Round. Everybody, once again, give a hearty hello to the new knight. Show your love with swords. We can do that right now, but I'm imagining, I brought this up in another live stream. I'm trying to imagine, like, if the live streams, the population gets really high and the number of members gets really high, it'll make it impossible for anybody to say anything. I'm sure anybody who's got a question is like, I gotta wait for all the swords. Oh my gosh. Maxi Loyable, guys, what's the knife with the black handles third from the right? This guy right here. This is an Andre de Villiers. De Villiers. I always mess that up. Trail Boss. This was sent by a Therapeutic Edge and Women Carry Knives, along with their other ADV knives in their collection. This thing is wicked. Wicked. That blade shape is insane. Maddox Jones, thanks for the donation. Okay, time to flick open all the knives. We have another Knight of the Round. Deacon, welcome to the Knights of the Round. Once again, raise your swords for the new member. Thank you so much for joining. This is the 940-2001 lent to me by Zach Stuff, another channel you guys should check out, in titanium. We have the legendary, and I'm not sure how I even have it right now, the Spyderco Sleesh Bowie. My goodness. Spoiler alert, guys. I get it now. I do. I never understood Nick Shabazz's fascination with this thing. I mean, to a certain extent, I'm like, I get it. It's flat ground. It's ground really thin, and it's titanium frame lock. It's the Taiwan, Taichung Taiwan. So it's got their fit and finish. But what could possibly be so special? That knife would have made my top 15 greatest folding knives of all time had I done it a little bit later after I'd reviewed it. It's wonderful. And I hate to say that because you can't get them unless you want to pay too much money. But God, it's great. The CRKT home front special edition in titanium and M390. I think I might have accidentally spit on that knife. Good thing I own it now. Not saying much for the person who eventually wins it. We have the Sharp by Design. I believe that's the Void. Hang on. Let me look here. Sharp by Design Void. Oh, we didn't flip this one. Hang on. Here's the CRKT home front being flipped. I had my finger on the lock bar there. It actually flips decently. Then we have the Sharp by Design Void, which is very luxurious in the action. I can't hold it perfectly, but it is completely false shut. Ooh, boy, that's a That's a good one there. We have the Tad Dauntless, another ridiculously rare knife that I'm shocked to have in my possession right now. Wonderful, wonderful ergos on this. Properly done finger choil, by the way. Big, roomy finger choil on this guy. Wonderful. Of course, again, the ADV Trail Boss. This is a pretty special variant, I think. It feels very smooth compared to other ADVs I've handled. Another super rare legendary model. This is the Zero Tolerance 077 special variant in the composite blade. Steel is, I don't know if it's Van X 35. And then I can't remember exactly what it's Damascus. And then we have the Adam Purvis Primordial 2 with the flipper tab and no recurve. I have the standard Primordial in my possession as well. We'll be comparing those two when we do the review. I'll probably do them both in the same video, honestly. Let's see if I missed anything. Sorry, I was looking at the knives. Did we have... Oh, there's Deacon. I just want to make sure we didn't miss a new night or anything like that. Thanks for joining, new nights. I just love seeing people join the membership program. It's really cool. Let's see here. Oh, Steve is still in here. He's being quiet. Where's Steve? I keep missing the. Okay, he's answering questions. I'm glad for that. Such a major utility. Not that my friendship with Steve is limited to his knowledge, right? In terms of steel, I do, guys. I'm serious about that. My knowledge is limited. Even when I do videos like my "What's So Great About M390," I'm super limited in my understanding of that, and I get stuff wrong, and I have to lean on people like Steve to understand that stuff. 100%. I have no problem admitting that, and even my understanding of it, I'm still limited on how much of that I can give to you guys in a meaningful way, because I don't use knives enough in enough varying scenarios to really say definitively this is good for this is good for that, right? Blah blah blah. Let's see here. People honoring Steve with balls. That's great. Yeah, the void is sick. Sorry for the glare. It's like white G10 laid perfectly into a slightly bronze contoured titanium scale. Wonderful. Yeah. Thanks, Danny T, for the advertising. Let's see here. Lavender Pants 86. What's up, man? I didn't know you were in here. Let's see. Super Steel Steve says, I never leave. I'm like Beetlejuice. I wouldn't want to live in a knife world without Super Steel Steve. Never. He's a necessary force, right? 100%. I'm not gonna repeat Slicey's comment. Let's see. Stud fishing. What are some good, fairly cheap steels that won't rust? N690. N690 is a great steel that will not rust. It's made by Bowler. Once again, referencing information that was given to me a while back by Steve. Not a powder form steel. It's an ingot form steel, but it has a very fine grain structure anyways, even as an ingot steel. It's got performance similar to CPM 154, which is great because it means it's very well rounded. It won't hold an edge as long as 154. And I don't know where the toughness is. I think it's right in there, but it is a little bit more stainless. Absolutely. I like N690 a lot. So if you need a stainless steel that still holds a decent edge and is not super expensive, N690 I think is a great steel. Let's see. Deacon, which integral is reigning supreme lately action-wise? That is a good question. I'd like to know what everybody else thinks. Integral knives, I'm still waiting for the explosion of integrals or integrals, however you want to say that are coming from the Chinese knife manufacturers, which is also going to be interesting given, people's one side of the fence to the other concerning what's been going on in the world lately. As a knife reviewer, excuse me. As a knife reviewer, and somebody who just enjoys looking at knives and tries to stay non-political, I'm going to tell you guys this. I will always buy a U.S. knife when there's an opportunity to buy the full U.S. version over, perhaps a collaborative variant that is manufactured in China. If I have the option, I will always buy the US version, and I will never buy a clone because clones are terrible and they're stupid. That being said, I still will review knives that are made, in China. Every now and then I get people commenting, you shouldn't review that because listen. Those comments don't affect me. I will review whatever I feel like reviewing whenever I feel like reviewing it. In terms of my own purchases, though, yeah, I will buy American or root for the home team, as some people put it. Excuse me. Need to grab another beverage. Another BL. Danny T, any chance? I answer a lot of Danny T's questions because he always highlights my name. That's why it seems like I'm focusing on Danny T. Any chance a Demco 8010 will hit your table for review? Not the Cold Steel. If I had an opportunity to get my hands on a Demco 8010, because truthfully, guys, I love the 8015, but I think I like the design of the 8010 a little better. If I could get my hands on a real Demco 8010, yeah, I would totally review it. Shaker, I have someone offering to trade me a SOCOM Elite signature bronze blade for the Zerks. Dude, yes. Yeah, I love the Zerks, but a bronze SOCOM Elite? Oh God. Yes, it's got a different blade. The flat is in a different position on the signature series. And it's got the claw. Excuse me, it's got the claw. Is it the one with the ray inlays, the manta ray inlays? Or stingray inlay, whatever. Let's see. There's 117 people in here. Super cool. You guys want to do another obligatory live stream to make me feel good? It helps with the algorithm, I'm sure, in one way or another. So if you haven't liked the live stream, go ahead and like it because it makes me feel good about my my efforts and my ego and blah blah blah. Let's see here. Clone Wars is good, but remember, they betrayed the Jedi. Oh, man. Any experience with KME sharpener? Anyone can chime in. Been contemplating anyone? Yes, I have a KME sharpener, and I've got multiple videos of me using it. And I'll tell you this, as a novice knife sharpener, I could not be more happy with it. It is absolutely worth the money. I've been able to sharpen knives that I was never able to sharpen and get an even edge on it. So yeah, fantastic. Make sure you buy the base. Mrs. MC, welcome to the Knights of the Round. Is that actually, hang on. I'm going to see if that's actually my wife. Hang on. Did you just join? You joined with our own money? Okay. Everybody give a warm welcome to my wife who's paying for the membership program with our money. Whatever. She's sitting out in the downstairs living room. Just joining the program. WTF. Let's see. It's the only way MC's wife can talk to him. Well, there you go. She must have created a brand new YouTube account so she can pop in. Yeah. Behave, everyone. Now she can hear me because the dungeon is so the part of our basement that's finished is the downstairs living room, and then the storage room is right after that, and the dungeon, which is the far corner, is we're trying to think exactly how far apart we are. Maybe 40 feet, something like that. 45 feet. Yeah, my wife is such a huge supporter of my channel that even she joined the Knights. You're way behind on the badging colors there, honey. You got 3 months to get to purple. The highest ranking members are at the violet helmet. Matt O. Jones, you should make a video. Your favorite knives under $20. Oh God, there aren't many. I could try. Oh hey, here's some good news. So, oh wait. Oh Kiefer, thank you so much, buddy. Very nice, welcoming Mrs. Complex. This is some good news. So I recently became a Blade HQ affiliate, which means now there'll be more links that I can provide for you guys. You know, there every now and then there are reviews that I do of knives where people want links and I don't have a direct link, but now I can do that. And it's when you use my links to GP Knives or Blade HQ, it helps support my channel at the same time. So yeah, so that was a surprise. I did not expect them to allow me to join, so I was pretty happy about that. Stacy, thank you so much once again. Very, very, very nice, and thank you for being a patron. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. Yeah, Keepers of Jesus, more links. Yeah, my description's very loaded with stuff like that, but there's the same links that I always put in there. There's the Amazon store, and then there's individual links for things that I just really like. And yeah, I mean, that's the reasoning behind that. I mean, obviously you guys can surmise that, but it is for convenience too, because people, if I don't put links in my description, I get complaints. Stop it. Honey, stop spending our money to smite my audience. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, that was epic. She owed you at least one, Steve. Oh my gosh, that's the best. Oh man. She's giving the donations back to my audience. Oh my gosh. This is a fun stream. You guys are seeing a rare situation here where my wife is trolling my live stream and giving the money that people have donated back in the form of irony and sarcasm. Oh, Complex is so poetic. Oh, it's the vocabulary. Sorry. But that is what's happening. Let's see here. What are some of the best N690 knives? It's a good question. N690 does not pop up very much, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Kaiser use some N690 on their Vanguard series? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Zell, oh good, Zell's reimbursing. Thank you, Zell. I'm pretty sure that Kaiser on their Vanguard line, which is they generally hover around the $50 to $100 mark. Kaiser Vanguard knives, some of the newer ones have an N690, and they're definitely worth checking out for sure. Like the Kaiser Domen Mini. Ooh, that is a good little knife, a good little EDC knife that actually I think runs even less than that. It's got to be less than $50. And yeah, it's utilizing N690 phosphor bronze washers, G10 steel liners, got a G10 backspacer, and it's got a fully flat ground tumbled blade. That'd be a great one to start. Unfortunately, the large Domen is using VG10. If the large Domen were in N690, I would already own it. Let's see here. Did Steve ever respond to that? Gosh, I hope he saw that. That's funny. Dang it. Was he in here for that? Gosh dang it. I don't see a response from Steve. I'll have to message him on Instagram to see if he saw that. Oh man. Hey Lindy, I'm trying to scroll back and see your comment. I didn't see it, but people are saying hello. Hello. Colby says Kaiser is great. Yes, absolutely. You love your new Kaiser Maestro. I'm not familiar with that. Oh, there we go. Oh man, this is my favorite live stream right now. Wow, what a weird thing that's happening. Honey, did you see that? Honey. Yeah. Oh, she did. All right. Sorry, I thought you were watching what's that vampire movie? Something to do the vamp. God dang it! Robert Pattinson, the vampire movie that everybody watched back in 2000, in the mid 2000s, whatever. Twilight. Yeah, there you go. I wasn't trying to be like, I'm so cool, I forgot the name. No, I was literally a brain fart. I have seen all the Twilight movies many times. I don't care for anything except for the final battle scene where they're ripping each other's heads off and stuff. That was kind of neat. But yeah, they're not bad. I've heard the books are much better. Let's see. We watch a lot of Hunger Games, Twilight, Divergent. I actually like Hunger Games and Divergent quite a bit. We watch a lot of that stuff here. And we've been watching has anybody watched Outlander on Netflix? And then you can't watch the last 2 seasons on Netflix. You have to watch it on Amazon Prime via Stars or Stars via Amazon Prime. But does anybody watch Outlander? It's a really, really great show. And I honestly did not want to watch it. She wanted to watch it. And then I was like, all right, I'll give it 5 episodes. But if it's too mushy or it's too like, not enough cool stuff happening and too much like, oh, I love him, but I also love him. Like, I'm so sick of that. Just pick one and then do battle. I don't want to hear about your love triangle, But actually, Outlander is really good. I really, really like Outlander a lot. Let's see here. I hope everyone here's seen Tiger King. Yeah, I've definitely seen Tiger King. I love that. It's ridiculous. It's just insane. If you haven't watched Tiger King, you definitely should. Spirited says, MC would say, number 1, Hold Spectre. Number 2, Hinderer, 18, 3.5. And he's not sure about number 3, probably Conagarius. Yeah, Spirited knows me very well. That's very, very true. 100% right there. If you're talking about, did somebody ask my top 3? Like the top 3 greatest folding knives of all time? Yeah, it's probably those 3. Spirited's very right. And Spirited, his top 3 would be different, but Spirited has experienced, as crazy as it might sound, knives that I could not ever hope to experience. He sends me like a plethora of insane acquisitions on a semi. Like every 2 days, he's like, look at these treasures that just fell out of the sky. And I'm like, today I sent him in all caps. It was like, how are you acquiring this stuff so quickly? It's insane. Top 5 knives over 500. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I will mark that one down. That's interesting. I got called a, what did he say? I made a meme about it. The guy who commented on the video, and he called me a something, pretentious douche for making the video about the most expensive knives. In case Mrs. MC missed it, there's another one. Honey, are you seeing this? Ah, she's busy. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. You didn't answer right away. Sorry. What sword? Which sword? What sword is that? It said which sword? Oh, no. Yeah, that's not mine. That's just somebody using the emojis. Not connected to me. You can use that emoji if you're not a member. Yeah, there's still swords in there that you can use that are just basic emojis. Yeah, for sure. What did somebody say? Oh, yeah, the top 5 over 500 is a super interesting video. I'm sure I'll get called pretentious again. I even said right at the beginning of the video, I was like, I'm not trying to flex. This is just, it is what it is. These are the most expensive knives I've ever owned, and I thought people might be interested to watch, and people were. There was just one guy who was like, you should change the video to you're a pretentious douche, and I'm better than you. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry you're so salty about this. Go watch Baby Shark or whatever it is that you were watching right before. I'd love a real Rexford. Yeah, me too. A real Rexford, though, I'm pretty sure a cheap Rexford goes for like $2,000. I'm not sure though. 250 is my limit. It's a good limit because most of the best, in terms of like the best performance materials can be had for under $250, right? Anything beyond $250 for sure is excess handwork, excess, attention to detail. It's all great and arguably still worth the money. But in terms of the most performance-oriented steel combined with, the best machine work that results in, perfect ergonomics, a lot of quotes here. And then like your carbon fiber inlays, in titanium and the bolsters and the diddly doodly whatever, anodized titanium hardware, blah blah blah. Yeah, it can all be had for under $250 now. So, somebody asking about the Tad Dauntless. This right here, yeah, Tad Dauntless. Not a common knife. Not kind of shocking that somebody offered to send one of those bad boys in, but it's there and it'll get a full review. Nitro V folders. I don't know of any Nitro V folders. What is the Hinderer ZT fixed blade made out of? Is that Nitro V? Or is it Vanex? I can't remember what the Hinderer ZT fixed blade that's long discontinued. I can't remember what that's made out of. The Drop Perpetua is in Nitro V. Okay, well, there you go. That's why it's nice to have people around who know what they're talking about. Let's see here. Yeah, you like the lines on the Dauntless are just beautiful, and it is as ergonomically comfortable as it looks. This knife is very famous and ridiculously sought after. They go very quick when they pop up. It's running on phosphor bronze and is in, whoops, despite me. I'm leaning my forearm on the table right now. Despite that terrible flip, it is very smooth, running on phosphor bronze. I actually don't know what the steel is. I'm going to have to check that out, but titanium frame, everything is perfectly tuned. I mean, this is a knife that is absolutely made as a tool, and it's very simple, very beautiful. It's a full-size knife. I think it's like 8¼ inches overall, something like that. But there are a lot of different versions because Tad collaborated with Hinderer and they collaborated with Strider. They collaborated with Les George. There's a bunch of different versions of it that are essentially mid-tech. And then Hinderer's got a new 3-inch Tad Dauntless in G10 and a different one in titanium that people went nuts for. Beautiful, beautiful knife. The blade size on that, love mine, but it's a little small. Do you the blade size on this one? It's a 3.5-inch blade. It's pretty much exactly the same length as a Hinderer XM18, I think. Let's put it up against the Ritter Hogue. So I know the Ritter Hogue is 8 inches. So, I mean, camera angle's throwing us off. Maybe it is almost exactly 8 inches. Maybe it's a little bit shorter than that. It actually looks like it's about 7.8 inches overall. What throws me is how much room there is on the handle, especially when you're choked up, right? I'm thinking, let's just measure it. Well, I'm measuring it here. The blade length is about 3.4 inches. If we can do that right here. Well, the angle, gosh darn it. Let me lock the tape. Get the angle exactly right with the camera here. But your blade length is just about, I know it doesn't look exactly right, but it's about 3.4 inches. I laid it down on the table to let you guys take a look there. Or I'm sorry, to measure it accurately and then held it up. But blade length on that guy is about 3.4 inches. I think the overall length is probably about 7.8 inches overall. But yeah, it definitely feels like a full-size knife. Am I still using the Galaxy S10 for my videos? Yes, I am. It's a fantastic. I love the S10. Different generations I've had every Galaxy since the S2, and different generations of the Galaxy phones have been better or worse. But the S10 Plus has been the best Galaxy phone that I have ever had. It is such a beast, and it handles everything no problem. And I do 95% of what I do on this channel is done on that phone. The custom thumbnails, the processing and adding, chopping videos and adding this or that. The editing for the most part is done on the phone. Of course, like managing all of my different social media accounts and the analytics and everything, it's all done on the phone, and it just handles everything. It's a great phone. I mean, it's very outdated at this point, in the cell phone world, but I run most of the YouTube channel off of this phone. The other 5% that I can't use the YouTube Studio application for, YouTube Studio is limited on the phone. You have to use a desktop computer if you're going to make the most out of your YouTube channel. But then the rest of it's MacBook Air, my wife's MacBook Air, which is what I'm reading the comments off of. Do you have a Steam account? No, I don't. I don't have a Steam account. I do yo-yo tricks on my phone. Great for slow-mos. Yeah, for sure. I'm missing stuff. Zell took the words out of my mouth. Zell said linear all the time, so I got to scroll back to find out what the context is. Oh, okay, I found the context. Let's see here. What's up? You got to bring a chair. You just want to stand? Oh, okay. Well, I was talking too much. It's already 9:55. Oh, you did? Okay, here. Do you want to do that, and then I can just talk? Okay, thank you. Well, somebody asked about the Dauntless, and I wanted to ramble about it for a little bit. Oh, Spirited's personal top 5. Over 500 would be number 1, the Tom Mayo Medium TNT. The Bob Terzola ATC F3, I'd have to agree there. Jason Guthrie Scout, I love that knife as well. Peter Resenti Paisan 2.0. Yeah, he showed me a picture of that, like not the Spyderco, like the actual Peter Resenti Paisan. Yeah, wonderful knife. And then Jens Anzo, I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Haddock MC. This would make a great open tag. You are exactly right. Perhaps I should get that going. That's a great idea, Spirited. Remind me that you told me that, please, for the love of God. I forget so much vital information from these live streams. Please remind me that we had this conversation. Oh, man.
Oh, I think I brought you a beer, but...
Oh, no, she didn't bring me any, but she brought herself one.
Whoops.
You don't care. That was a sarcastic whoops.
Oh,
who? Oh, Danny T. Yeah, it was his idea, for sure. I will give Danny T the credit for the top 5 over 500 idea, and Spirited Whiskey the credit for the open tag. Open tags are great because it's good for my channel, but it's also great, in terms of getting you guys out there to experience other knife-related channels that are, responding, and that way you guys have more content to watch, and you guys discover other channels that you love. So open tags are great. Wait, where's that question? Opinions on the Hinderer Maximus. I love how it looks. Absolutely love how it looks. I've never handled one. And I'll tell you what, the moment that Rick puts the tri-way on the Maximus, I'll buy one. 100%. But the current version of it still runs on nylon and has no options unless you want to buy the aftermarket phosphor bronze. To me, the Maximus is screaming for the tri-way system. Screaming for it. I mean, it's unbelievably simple on disassembly. It's the pivot and one other screw. That's it. Zell, top 5 knives. You were in the doghouse when Mrs. MC found out you bought them. I don't know that any, because I always sell my own knives to buy other ones. Have you ever been mad at me for buying? Yeah. Yeah, I've never actually bought anything out of our personal savings account.
Ever.
Have I? No. Oh. Well, only if I had the money to pay for them. I've spent money on it, but I've been like, here, let me transfer it to you. But anyways, John Walker, thanks so much for the donation. This donation is for Scott's Tots from The Office. Okay. Oh, man. That is the cringiest episode. That is so hard to watch. Oh, my God. Terrible. Let's see here. Best backup knives. That's another good idea, too, for sure. Enter any of these ones that I've been like, I like that one, or that sounds pretty good. Enter it in the community post, because I'll go back through and read those again when I'm, deciding which ones to do in what order. So if you had an idea, post it in the community post after the live stream. Just go to the community section under my YouTube channel. You'll find the most recent post, and then you can post it under there. Start a channel at Lavender Pants. It's a great excuse. Yeah. You do. I'll say that the biggest benefit I think of having a YouTube channel is, and it takes a while. It really does. You're gonna be heavily dependent on your own stuff and anybody locally who's willing to lend you stuff, or friends that you've made in the knife community. But once things get rolling, and I don't know if this is unrelated to what Slicey was saying, but handling the stuff that you want to handle, having a YouTube channel really, really helps with that. Because my rate of acquisition has dramatically slowed. I don't have nearly as much of a desire to I gotta have a new knife right now. It's not nearly as present now because I get to handle this stuff all the time. What? Who? Chris gave my son his first knife today at 4. The wooden dragonfly. We built it together. That is such a good idea. We should. So Spyderco has a dragonfly that's made of wood that you build. That would make a fantastic video. Zell, knives, not knives. You did go to FHSU. Dude, you would have gotten away with it because people use the term knives, ironically. Sean Bryan, 278 is crazy. 0 screws, pin, and clipped tie flipper in M390. And it looks Hinderer made. Hinderer made 940. That's interesting. We'll have to check that one out. You put the word Hinderer in anything, and I'm like, have to get it. Hey, women carry knives. What's up? We're showing off one of the ADVs you guys sent. They sent 4 ADVs. That unboxing is coming up for sure. Yeah, Kyle's correct, actually. The correct spelling is KNAFS. Prove me wrong. Or change my mind. Is that how the meme goes? Change my mind. They keep telling me that I need to pronounce shaman. Shaman.
You also said integral.
Integral? I'm not allowed to say that.
1,000 times.
Integral. Hendrix. He is here. They are all talking amongst themselves. 121 in here tonight. Good live stream for sure. We're going to go till 10:15. I've kind of decided that I like to do the last 100 yards of the live stream, so to speak. I like to fill it with weird questions. You guys are certainly welcome to continue to ask knife-related questions, but there's a very odd enjoyment that I get out of people asking me stuff that is completely out of left field. I just enjoy that. So literally, if you have a question, I will answer just about anything. Kiefer, CS2. John Walker, I'm 5'11 and 3/4. I'm so pissed that my little brother made it over 6 feet. I don't know if he's still watching it. And I did not. I'm 5'11 and 3/4 on a dot.
What's your current vehicle?
Oh, well, my wife drives the 2019 RT Durango. I drive a 2011 Hyundai Sonata that gets great fuel economy and is fully paid off. But yeah, at some point a truck. But yeah. Yeah, I enjoy answering really, really random questions. So you guys are welcome to. I will answer. If I don't want to answer it, then I just won't answer it. What?
What drugs do you give Mrs. and C to keep her? She is too good for you.
Oh, Leinenkugels. Yeah. No, it doesn't. I'm drinking Bud Light. They already know that I'm not, a super complicated fellow.
Are you going to get the sprint run? Is it Shaman?
Oh, in Rex 45? I'd love to, but I'm holding out. I'm holding out for the first, mega perfect Shaman. I'd really love for them to go, yeah, we decided to do... Yeah, I know what I said. She looked at me like, did you seriously mispronounce? I know exactly what I said. I'd love to, but I'm holding out for a different one. If DLT does a 20 CV in Red G10, I'll buy that. If somebody else or Spyderco themselves do an upgraded version in Maximus with Gray G10, I'll buy that.
Crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
Crunchy, for sure. Creamy peanut butter is gross. Crunchy is gross. It tastes like...
You're gross.
Somebody thought that I was 6'5". I am not.
Who thought that?
Somebody up there said that they guessed that I'd be 6'5". No. Yes, I must come off as having a very tall ego. No, I'm stocky build. I have the same build as somebody who's much shorter, but I'm about just shy of 6 feet tall. Yeah, Lavender Pen says, "OMC 20 CV on a hard use knife. Did you learn nothing from your video?" Exactly. That's exactly what I pointed out. Is I know that it's not, like the Shaman's not the right geometry to exemplify 20 CV, but I still want it. Let's see. Somebody. I saw another funny question.
Somebody asked you jelly. Something about jelly. Strawberry or grape, maybe?
Strawberry or grape? Strawberry jelly for sure. Thinking of getting a dog this summer, possibly a Boston Terrier. Kind of thought of the name Taco today. Yay or nay? Taco the Boston Terrier? I say yay. Every time I'd look at him, I'd be like, "You want Taco Bell too?" Yeah. Hop in the Hyundai, Taco. Let's go to the Bell. They don't touch your food anymore. Let's see. What's your opinion of new makers starting off with Damascus and Mokutai and immediately asking top dollar for their builds? I mean, whatever people are willing to pay, and that goes the same for any maker. Whatever anybody's willing to pay, that's going to set the stage. So if they can ask top dollar if they want, but if nobody buys it, then they'll be forced to drop the mark. So yeah, I mean, anybody selling anything kind of has the same mentality. Ask for it all and take what you can get. The market will the market will decide whether or not your stuff is worth the money. So yeah, it's rough. But I mean, if you get a whole bunch of people fooled into thinking the thing is worth that much, and it's because the entire sale or all of your marketing is based off deception, that's a problem. But it's hard. It's a thick gray line. Top 5 feral cats. What? I don't know. Good question. I'll have to think on that one. What body wash do I use? The Old Spice, like the typical dad body wash. It's just like, it just says Old Spice.
Go along with your typical dad body.
Yeah, exactly. It just says Old Spice. There's nothing else on the container. It doesn't even have like a, whatever else they put on the back of an I've never read the back of an Old Spice container. Top 5 lifts. Top 5.
Curls.
Yeah, my top 5 favorite lifts? Definitely curls. Why would I lie? Probably like I like seated shoulder press. I do not like deadlift and squat, but I do them. And I would say like a standard, I would say your typical standard tricep extension with the cable triangle, I guess, whatever you call that. I don't like the rope as much. It is a lift. It's a push. It's still a lift. Whatever. CrossFitter. And then I love grip exercises. So like bumper holds.
Forearms.
Yeah, forearms. I love doing forearm stuff. Don't skip forearms. Anybody who's in the gym, don't go in there and just do biceps and chest and nothing else. Okay, you have to do everything. But even the guys who do everything skip forearms, and it looks weird. It looks weird because then you get larger biceps and triceps, and you have dinky forearms. You gotta work your forearms. Tech 9 or Slipknot. Oh man, I have to go with Slipknot, but I do like Tech 9. I don't listen to a lot of rap, but Tech 9 is kind of like the heavy metal of rap. So yeah, Slipknot. Favorite knife lube? I mean, so I use Break Free CLP, but I mean the 10 weight nano oil is super, super good. But I'm still getting through that. For OTFs, Rem oil for sure. For OTFs and automatic knives, I like Rem oil. Let's see here. Hunter Bullard says CrossFitter.
I was upset by my CrossFitness.
Let's see. Working out in leg day or chest day. Working out TN leg day or chest day. Well, I don't like to do legs.
That would require you to do a leg day.
Yeah,
to answer that.
I do have a leg day. I do legs once a week.
Every 5th Monday of the
No,
month?
just because in CrossFit we're like, guess what today is? It's leg day, and we're gonna combine it with leg day, and then tomorrow we're gonna do leg day with 2 more sets of leg day. Like, work something else. There's a whole rest of your body. It's not just legs.
You're so full of it.
No, I do leg day once a week.
Sheep's foot, one cliff, drop point, or did I say all that?
Drop point. Yeah, you did. You got them all right.
Awesome.
Good job. Dang, girl. In this order: drop point, sheep's foot, then Warncliffe, then Tanto. I like them all though. Mad Dog Jones. I'm not a big firearm. I mean, like, I'm not afraid of firearms, and I'm around them all the time. I love shooting. I just don't know him super well. Zell's gonna work on that with me because he's the firearms guy in my life. Justin says I can kill it on the stair stepper. Let's see. How thick is too thick for blade stock? I mean, for an enthusiast, I would say, yeah, go shoot for the stars. I love an ultra thick blade that makes no sense. Absolutely. I think usefulness starts to dramatically. I think you have massive diminishing returns past a 1/4 inch on your average blade. 11 inches thick. PB washers, Teflon washers, steel bearings, or ceramic bearings, and in which order? So, coming at this from a user perspective, PB washers by a long shot, user perspective. After that, oh boy, it's really hard to say. I mean, Teflon washers still do a really good job. They're just not as durable. So as much as I hate to admit it, just purely like trying to keep my emotions out of it, thinking of the knife as a user that's going to get dirty, I guess Teflon next, then ceramic, and then steel, because steel is going to be the most susceptible to future corrosion and also the easiest setup for debris to get in there. In terms of, like, me as an enthusiast, ceramic bearings, then steel bearings, then PB washers, and Teflon washers. Ceramic bearings on top, way on top. Danny T says The Office or Parks and Rec. The Office is definitely my favorite show of all time. Parks and Rec is a wonderful show, though, and it's a very close second. What are they saying? Mrs. MC is a CrossFitter. It all makes so much sense now. Oh, God, they're coming at you. She's in really good shape. In fact, yeah. Well, not all of us can be in perfect shape.
No. Did you say The Office or did you say
The Office is my favorite, yeah.
Favorite
Batman villain.
I know.
What is it?
Is it not the Joker?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Who is it?
I just said.
Oh, I mean, the Joker's great, but
is it Bane because he's
yeah,
bigger?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, Bane is awesome. I mean, the Joker, it's like, pick a story, man. Like, who are you? I used to work at Arby's and they threw some oil on my face. My dad got the thing with it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Joker's great, but he's got too many different stories. The Penguin, I don't like the Penguin as much. Zell says, I have a nice gut, but Mrs. MC, it took many years to build. Oh my gosh. Mr. Freeze. Yeah, Mr. Freeze is awesome. The Office was one of the first to not use canned laughter. Interesting. I do like watches. I just don't know enough about them, honestly. I would like to get into it. It's very complicated.
Big man.
Huh?
He's big man.
Wait, who are you pointing at? Teflon washers, not durable, blasphemy. Yeah, I mean, so he's right. Teflon washers are durable, and you'll find very few cases out there where a Teflon washer has failed. They're just demonized because inexpensive knives, gas station knives, some of your low-end CRKTs and Gerbers use them. Teflon washers, unless he's being sarcastic, but even if he is, I'll say this. Teflon washers are just fine. They're just fine. It's just people are just like, it's plastic, and I don't want that in here, you know? Do not get into watches. It was a terrible Nick Shabazz thing. Well, sometimes I can do Nick Shabazz, and sometimes I can't. That didn't sound bad. Sometimes I can imitate Nick Shabazz, and sometimes I can't. Cannot. Let's see. Oh, they're getting into a conversation about Teflon washers. What are we at for time? 1 minute. The weirdest question that comes through in the next 60 seconds will be the last one that I answer.
Favorite Mrs. MC home cooked meal.
Oh.
For Mrs. MC, what's your favorite meal he cooks?
That's a good question. We'll answer that one as a bonus. The best thing, so my wife is a great cook. She makes a cream cheese lasagna that just makes. I've considered asking her to make enough to fill the bathtub with, so that I can go live there. That's how much I love it. What's your favorite meal that I cook? I do not.
What do you cook?
I don't cook very much.
Sandwiches.
I make a mean sandwich. Kroger brand wheat bread with turkey and the rubber cheese that you find at the value section.
How do I heat treat my special lasagna?
Yeah, how do you heat what? Rockwell hardness. It's pretty soft. Oh man, my favorite childhood toy. I had one of the classic Power Ranger toys. I had a Green Ranger Power Ranger toy that had the removable gold shield, and I was swimming at my grandparents' pool in Florida, and my grandparents lived in Naples, Florida. Let's just say that. So around their pool was a moat and a fountain, and there was it was a big slope and a drop off. So I was playing with my Power Ranger toy, and I yeeted it really, too hard, and it dropped into the moat. So it's still there to this day, likely. Let's see. I'm still looking for words. I said I'd do one question. Now I'm just interested.
That's not like 10 times.
Steve, as much as you'd love to hear me say banana hammock, Steve, it's actually not boxers either. I hate boxers. Boxer briefs is the way to go.
Eat it or yachting.
What? Yeet it or yachting? What? Oh man. He's asked that so many times. It's funny just imagining him say the same thing over and over and over again. Oh. BB's paintball or pellet guns for a young son. I mean, paintball's really fun. BB guns are cool, but they're so inaccurate. The pellet gun I had more fun with because it was way more responsive. That at least the airsoft pellet guns that are not airsoft. And we used an like a pump pellet gun when I was younger, and it was made really well, I guess. So it seemed to be a lot more accurate. And the tipped pellets, the little the little metal things, that they seem to be a lot more accurate. Spirited says boxers are sloppy.
When is Zell's wedding?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him. Last one, I promise. The very next question that we choose is the last one because I have to use the restroom so bad. There's so many I really want to answer. Oh man. Do I sleep with socks on or off? I start off with socks on, and then when I wake up the next morning, at least one sock is off, and the other one, is like halfway. Group hug. Everybody group hug, and then all the nights raise your sword again. Raise your swords again. There you go. That way everybody's involved. Yeah, you can't. You're a knight, and you have those emojis. Now we get to pay $2 a month for our membership program. But that's great. I mean, works out. Now I have them too. There we go. Yay, hug. He typed out hug. Yeah, I do sleep with socks on. Sorry, Spirited. They're pretty gross. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining my wife and I for another fantastic live stream. We will be doing, of course, another one next Saturday night at exactly the same time. So again, thanks so much for coming. Thanks for your support, whether you're a viewer, patron, a member of the Knights of the Round, or both, or one of multiple, or all three. Really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful rest of the evening and a wonderful weekend. Bye.